Evening, everybody. Icy here. You'll have to forgive me. I'm fighting pneumonia at the time. But I'm watching all this crap going on down in our southern border, and I've got to speak up about it. Now, the state of Texas placed razor wire along the border for two reasons. The first reason was to prevent the illegals from coming into the state of Texas, but also as a deterrent to try and get them to funnel more towards the legitimate points of entry. And it was on camera, U.S. border agents taking wire cutters and cutting open that razor wire that the state of Texas put along the border. Now, my question is this. Let's see, the law is illegal entry 8 U.S.C. 1325, which states that it is illegal for people to enter the United States illegally. And 8 U.S.C. 1326 also states that people that were caught as illegals and sent back, coming back into the country, it's also illegal. So there's two U.S. laws specifically stating that it's illegal for people to enter the United States illegally. Sounds stupid putting it that way, but excuse me. So, here's the question. If U.S. border agents swear an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States and all laws of this country, then why are they breaking the law? Why are they allowing illegals to come in? Why are they allowing designated, appointed bootlickers like Alejandro Mayorkas, who is in charge of the border, to override federal law? Now think about it. Federal law says you cannot enter the United States illegally, period. No one has the right to violate federal law unless they change the law. And that means going through Congress, going through the Senate, and the president signing it. An executive order cannot change the law. It has to go through channels. So, here's the thing. Have these border agents ever heard of the term unlawful order before? Back during Vietnam, there was a Army officer by the name of Lieutenant Calley, and he had orders to go and wipe out everyone in the village of My Lai. Well, he took his orders literally, and he killed every man, woman, and child in that village. He went to prison because he followed orders, explicitly followed orders. Those that issued the orders, nothing ever happened to him. He was the scapegoat because he followed orders and committed the murders. So, if that's the case, now let's move forward to our current border situation. If the border agents allow illegals to come in, number one, if these illegals, once they reach U.S. soil, if they die, the border agents are responsible. It's their fault they die. Two, what's the difference between a border agent allowing illegals to come in, cutting razor wire to allow illegals to come in, and these coyotes that take these illegals and bring them in? There's no difference. I don't see a difference. Except for the fact that the coyotes are trying to make money. The border agents are just following orders of an idiot. Excuse me. So, we have border agents that are following orders that they know is illegal. You're not allowed to allow illegals to enter this country, period. There's no exception. There's no exception in the law. It says you cannot come into this country illegally. You must come here legally through a port of entry. However, because of these bootlickers that are in Washington, D.C., they distort the law to appease their own sense of self-worth. And now you've got, in 2 years, the estimate is 9 million illegals in the United States. Now think about that. 9 million. The vast majority of those were military-age men. They're not women, children, the old, or the infirm. The vast majority of these people were military-age young men. Under the age of 40, I'll say 40, probably 35. To me, That sounds like an invasion force. They can be dispersed anywhere within the United States. Depending upon what state they go to, they can acquire firearms. And then you got states that have where they sell fireworks. Well, guess what? Those are explosives. And if you know what you're doing, you can take those and turn them into one heck of a bomb. So, is this action going to result in personnel in Washington, D.C. to be arrested? If someone dies at the hands of an illegal, don't you think that the person that was responsible for allowing that person to come into the United States should be held accountable? You can't say, oh, well, I didn't know that person was coming in. No. You had the authorization to secure that border. That border was secure before Biden took over. The Remain in Mexico policy worked. The wall was working. You people are the ones that prevented it from being completed. You sued the state of Arizona for putting up cargo containers along the wall to prevent the illegals from coming into Arizona. You sued the state. The state is protecting federal law, and you sued the state to allow illegals to come in. What are we living in? Bizarro world? That's stupid. That's criminal. That's a violation of federal law. Now, if the federal government says, well, we have access for so much along the border, fine. Then have the states build the fences just on the edge of federal land. And then the federal government can deal with the illegals, and they'll have to get permission from the states to cross into their territory. Remember, states are, they're states. They have the rights. They have their own elected governor, their own senators and congressmen. And it's a long time that we need to start forcing the federal government to start complying with the law and stop shirking the law to appease certain political viewpoints, such as putting money in their pocket. Look at that money that the military found that they said, oh, it was supposed to go to Ukraine. Oh, well, we'll turn around and send it. That money was more than enough to secure the entire southern border. And they took that money and gave it away again. Tell me something's not working correctly. And the thing is, nobody will say anything. I'll say it, because what are they going to do? You going to arrest my ass? I don't care. You want to put a bolt in my head? I don't care. I'm old. What are you going to do? You can't hurt me. That's that simple. You people are breaking the law. You people are violating federal law. You people are condoning the violations of federal law by allowing these illegals to come into this country. And it's all because you want voters, illegal voters. Because why is it that Republicans are all in favor of voter ID and Democrats scream bloody murder that it's racist to have a voter ID? If it's racist to have a voter ID, then it's racist to have a driver's license in order to get your welfare check, or to have a license in order to gamble, buy beer, drive. I mean, there is no excuse for not having a voter ID, a certified voter ID, fingerprint, photo, whatever you want. And back when they were trying to push it, they even offered free rides for the people in the poor districts to go and pick up the free voter ID cards. And the Democrats objected, calling it racist. So, you'll have to forgive me. I'm ranting, because this is ridiculous. Federal law says it's illegal to come in this country illegally, period. Case in point, if you are an elected official and you do not enforce the law, then get out of office. And I'm going to say this to every senator and every congressman in the United States. If you do not arrest the people that are violating this federal law and allowing these 9 million illegals to come into our country and put a burden on our taxes, our income, then you should be taken out of office too. This shit has got to end now. Icy out.